All right. What is up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Hope we had a good trading day. A couple of the things that we talked about on the watch list came to fruition, and we had some good trades to take today. So let's get into it. First off, we're going to start with the rules. The rules every night. Again, you are a portfolio manager. This is a portfolio you are trying to build. Managing risk is priority number one. Above all else, we manage risk. That is our job. Our job is not to make money. Our job is to manage risk. So shares will work with all stocks that you see here. Max 2% of your portfolio for all entry on shares, 1% of the portfolio for options contracts. All options contracts you take must have the potential to get to 3x or they're not worth taking. You will get burned. The more you take when the magnitude is not 3x, the quicker you will be losing more often. All right, let's get into it. So start with closed positions. We talked about this one last night. We talked about CL with the 1-3. We were looking for the 1-3-2 up expansion, like we had the 3-2 expansion on the weekly. However, takes the day up, fails. Again, it fails. You'll see the other stocks that we got long today kept going. You see something like this, it takes the 3 and goes 2 up and red on the day, just get out. It's a loser, get out. It's okay. It might set up again, it might not. Not a big deal. But you have to get out. You have to stick on the winners. Just cut them quick. Because, again, if you get out up in here in the first hour, hour and a half of the day, you have a minimal loss. If you hold it and hope it comes back and it keeps going down, your loss just amplifies, and then you start to get stressed. So no need to do that. There will always be winners. There will always be stocks to trade. So if you get up something like this, you get a loser, get out. All right. I also realized yesterday I forgot to go through my open positions, so I'll make sure I do that today. I realized like 10 minutes after I didn't know what to do about it, so I just figured I'd go over it today. Let's get into the watch list for tonight. So AFRM, again, talked about this one yesterday. Didn't end up taking this one, but you got your gap up, opened up green, takes the day 2 up, keeps that weekly in force, hits target 1 on the weekly, hits target 2 on the weekly, and actually gets that outside month. So if you are long, be cautious. If you get a 2 up continuation, it keeps going on the day, absolutely stay long. If you get a 2 up and it starts to go red, similar to what you saw in CL, not a bad idea to lock in some profit, especially if you got in on this gap up and go. If you got in before the daily, you made some good money. If you got in on the daily break, probably a little bit, but still be cautious here. You've got this little broadening formation here on the weekly. What's the high here? It's got to be above it. It's got to be last month's high. Yep. So again, you've got this little broadening formation here. So don't be afraid to take a little bit of profit. Again, it could reset up again, so you could get something 2 down, set back up again. All right. What else? Let's go through what we were going through. So airlines, bang, bang. Airlines, 2 down, test that monthly open, boop, test it right there, boom. Rip them all. DAL, Love, bang. UAL, one of my open positions, bang. Try to get through 100. We talked about 100. So now we got that 100 there. We'll see. But again, you see these broke in the first, I don't know, maybe 30, 45 minutes of the day. You get the 2 up. You get the 2 up in Love. Then you get the 2 up in UAL. They're all going together. They're buying all of the airlines. Get in, get long, and just let them go. So I'm going to remove these ones. I just wanted to show you guys that because that great trades. If you got in and it's, again, if you see a sector like that, you're looking for a sim break, those should be your top priority watches. So if you know, hey, there's 3 airlines with potential daily setups, those should be your first watches, and then after that you can look for anything else that may trigger. But if you see those break, those are going to be stronger, and as you see on these dailies, they have explosive dailies. So again, I'm going to keep these 2 on the watch list. Want to keep my eyes on them. But all airlines good to go. If you're long, stay long. All right, here's a couple new ones. We've got KHC. So you've got the 2 down, 2 up week. You've got the 2 down green month, just barely flipping green with the 3 on the day. So again, similar to CL, we're looking for the 3-2 up expansion. You've got some good range here on the weekly. We're gonna look at the 25 calls. They were pretty decently priced. Looking at the ones for January because I want to see it get moving through here to get my 3 to 4x that I'm looking for. But still, decent trade, probably a slower mover. and they seem to be buying a lot of the more defensive stocks this month. So going to kind of keep my focus on those, especially if I see them buying all the defensive stocks. Love went through that. PM, again, kind of what we were looking for. So talked about it yesterday. Went up 6 straight days. Now you get your inside day shooter. That's okay. What you want to see is you want to see a 2 down. It might go down. Who knows how far it's going to go down, but you want to see this day go inside, down, and then you want to see another daily setup to take it back to the upside. So going to keep this one on the watch list because I want to see the 2 down. Don't care how far it goes. I want to see if it's going to set up another daily to go back up and start getting through these pivots here. Starbucks, put this one on because it hit our 3-month. Prophecy is complete. Shout out Rob Smith. Got exactly what we wanted here. Now you've got the shooter day at the top of this little weekly broadening formation, and you already know the month is a broadening formation because that's what all 3s are. But if you are long, be cautious. If it takes the day 2 down tomorrow, I would exit the position and wait to see if it sets up again because, again, especially if you got in something like here or even take this 3, if you got in at any point, you've got a good move. Let the stock breathe, come down, come back up, and we'll get it the next time. Then we've got TSCO, another more defensive stock. Got some decent range here. You've got the 2 down, you've got the 1, 2, 2 week, hits this magnitude, and then kind of falls down. But now you've got the shooter counters hammer day. Sorry, hammer counters shooter day. So you got the hammer day countering the shooter day here to try and take it right back to the upside and get up to this outside month. And again, you've still got pivots here on the weekly, but this is what you're looking for in something like PM. So it's not the same exact setup, but you've got the inside day. You're looking for the 2 down and then a hammer setup. That's what you've got here. You've got the 2 down daily, and then you've got the hammer setup to go back and get all these sellers that tried to go short here, and the buyers coming back in to take it back through these weekly pivots here. So not too many stocks tomorrow on the watch list. That's okay going into a Thursday. Been a good week so far. A lot of good trades. So we will see what comes of these 3. And again, I've still got these open positions that let's go through these now. So we've got Cintas. Talked about this one. I said, I'm just going to buy at 210. Just bought the 210. I think it cost me like 1.7, so $170. It's either going to go to $2,000 or it's not. Just going to keep it, let it rip. We're going to see what happens. Kind of very, very, very stuck here, but I like to see that they're keeping the month green. Just going to keep it. I know my risk. Again, managing risk is priority number 1. I know what I could lose if this trade loses. I know what I can win if this trade wins. I know what I'm risking. It's $170. I'm okay with that. If you're not okay with that, it's not a trade for you, but I understand what my risk is, and that is my job. Next up, DKNG. So got stopped out here, unfortunately, but then it sets up the 2 down green daily again, end up getting long again, and makes a decent move. But again, after a day like this, I'd like to see it get moving a little more, especially with these weekly guys here. You've got the inside, you got a double inside week. You've got 2 straight 2 down weeks. Now you'd like to see it come back and get moving back through these monthly guys. So holding this still, would like to see it get moving a little bit more. Will not be afraid to sell out of this one if it comes to it. ENPH got into here. We talked about that on Monday. Then you had the inside day yesterday. Takes the inside day down. Not what I wanted to see. I would have liked to see a better looking daily setup, but still long. Again, my thesis is intact. The month is still green. That's all I want. You could also get the 1, 2 down, 2 up daily here to kick that kick that weekly back green and get moving back through here. I'd like to see it get through here. I mean, let's just don't draw straight lines, draw your broad information here. Even if it can get up into here above this guy here, because you still haven't taken out this high, you're still 33.44. You're still 15 cents short of that guy. So I'd like to see it get back up and at least try and take this guy out. If it does get up here and puts in some kind of a shooter day, I'll probably get out of that. But I'd like to see it get and try and fight this gap here. EOG, another one. Talked about it on, I believe, Monday. You get the gap up, go. Now I've got the inside day again. Not the way I'd like to see an inside day close. I would have liked to see it close closer to the highs. But again, you could get a very similar setup. You could get a inside day down and set up something. You could either go 3 on the daily or set up a 1, 2, 2 daily. But again, going to stay long this one. Thesis is intact. Took out these weekly guys. Understand might need a little time to breathe and then get going up for the next leg. RKT, awesome trade. Talk about this on Sunday with the weekly watches. You had the 2 down. Then you could get in here, ends up taking that weekly up, working its way pretty well back through this month here. You got 3 straight days. So again, like to see it. Let's see here. Like to see it at least get up into these guys here before this gap down. After this gap down here, up closer to 19, and then we will consider potentially reducing. But for now, I'd like to see it just keep moving back up through there. SPT, this one's on the watch list last night. Said I wanted the 1, 2 down, touch the month and go, but again, just takes the inside day straight to the upside. Starts going pretty well. Pretty solid morning for this one. The monthly looks awesome. Bang, 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 bang. Look at that. But again, got the inside day to the upside, taking that week 2 up. Ended up closing out of force. That's okay. Still some room. Still a great move. And the options were relatively cheap. They're still pretty cheap. But I'd like to see, I mean, if you're looking for entry, wait for another inside day. Maybe let's see if it wants to take this day up again and set something up a little bit higher here. Worst case scenario would be it just absolutely forfeiting all these gains and flipping back down here. Next up, T. This is another one from the weekend watch list. You have the 1, 2 down green week. Takes the week 1, 2 down, 2 up. Looking to get back up into these guys. Slower mover, but we have our broadening formation here. Slow, grinder, kind of gappy. But hey, that's okay. If you're long, stay long. Then you had this 2 down, 2 up day. Bang, bang. To get long, oh man, been a long time since I fumbled like that. I'd like to see it get back up into here. Again, going to stay long until I'm given a reason to get out. UAL, 100, 100, 100. Tried it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days stuck at 100. I don't generally do this, but if I can see this thing get through 100 and with some buying coming in and then set up a 15 or 30, I would potentially look into buying next Friday's contracts or maybe 2 Fridays out contracts. Just seeing it get slapped down once, twice, 3, 4, 5 at 100. If this thing is going to get through 100 and hold, I'm gonna want to get in because I'm gonna think there's gonna be a pretty aggressive move coming, and I'd like to be a part of that. All right, so that's all I have for today. It's been a good week so far. A lot of the stocks have been going very, very well. Let's keep that momentum going. Again, CPI tomorrow, unemployment claims, a bunch of economic data now that the government is tentatively back open. I don't really understand what's going on there, but just know there might be some data coming out 8:30 Eastern time the next 2 mornings. So if you want to trim, reduce, approach with caution, if you will. There hasn't been economic data in a while since the government's been shut down, so never a bad idea to reduce some, and especially if you've had a good week trading so far, go into the weekend, lock in some profit with some cash. It's a good spot to be in. All right, guys, have a great night. I will talk to you tomorrow. Let's have a great trading day.